Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Unlike flipping a light switch on and off, the plan to get back to normalcy from the coronavirus pandemic will come in stages. Our Julie Stefanovich has the details on Governor Tom Wolf's approach to reopen the state.
Governor Tom Wolf presented a detailed plan for reopening the state, starting with the north central and northwest portions. His targeted date is May 8th. Wolf states that it will come in 3 phases: the red, yellow, and green.
First, we will use metrics set by the Department of Health. The initial benchmark we're setting is for the population to have an average of less than 50 cases per 100,000 individuals over the course of 14 days in order to return to work. But we're also going to need to look at areas like testing rates, the ability to investigate cases, contact tracing capabilities, and proximity to high-risk settings.
The governor said that we are currently in the red phase with only life-sustaining businesses operating and residents staying at home. The next phase consists of easing some restrictions.
Specifically, we're monitoring the north central and northwest parts of Pennsylvania based on the criteria and the model, with a goal of moving them to the yellow phase on May 8th. This yellow phase will lift some restrictions, including parts of the business closure order. The phase will continue to limit on things like high-risk activities such as keeping school buildings closed, restricting restaurants to curbside pickup or delivery only, allowing retail to reopen with protections in place for workers and customers, and preventing large social gatherings. And businesses will need to continue to prioritize telework or abide by worker safety guidelines if telework isn't possible.
Finally, we move on to the green phase,
which will include lifting the remaining parts of the stay-at-home orders, but still require Pennsylvanians to adhere to CDC and Department of Health guidelines. An example would be to still require universal masking if the CDC and the Department of Health are recommending it when a region reaches this green phase.
Just as the administration took a county-by-county approach when the virus first hit nearly 7 weeks ago, it will do the same to ease restrictions to reopen the Commonwealth.
I want to emphasize that Pennsylvanians should take the guidance given to their communities and their businesses seriously. The more a community commits to staying home and succeeds at suppressing the case count, the sooner and faster restrictions can be eased.
Wolf points out that the virus is going to set the timeline, not us. The administration and health department will monitor to see that the case count is under control and that there is a support system to manage it. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. The Pennsylvania Department of Health announced yesterday that the COVID-19 testing site at Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township is open to all symptomatic residents. Registration is required a day in advance and can be done either by going on the Department of Health's website or by calling 1-877-724-3258. The drive-through site's open daily from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with a limit of 200 tests per day. No on-site registration is available. Food curbside pickups have been offered at area school parking lots since classes shut down last month due to the pandemic. In the Hazleton Area School District alone, over 700 meals for children were handed out at the high school. Food Services Director Barbara Farley said the food distribution schedule will be changing. Starting next week, the food will be handed out Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. The following week, people can pick up Tuesday, May 5th, and Friday, May 8th. Distribution after the 8th will be on Tuesdays and Fridays only. Hours for pickup are 11:30 to 1 p.m. at the Hazleton Area High School. Other locations for distributions are currently being looked at. Industries in the Humboldt Industrial Park have been adhering to state and federal government guidelines when it comes to the mitigation of the coronavirus. Hazel Township Code Enforcement Officer Scott Kostishin said plants are taking temperatures of employees and requiring masks and gloves to be worn while everyone's practicing social distancing. Hand sanitizer has been plentiful, as well as thermal temperature scanners that cost upwards of $10,000 to $15,000. Lunchrooms have also been converted to provide fixed seating to keep employees safe. Most plants in the industrial park are now operating at 40 to 50% of their normal capacities. The city of Wilkes-Barre is working on a program to help restaurants impacted by COVID-19. Mayor George Brown's administration created an emergency loan program to help local eateries. According to Brown, the goal is to provide up to $7,500 in a no-interest, one-year loan program to qualified applicants. Existing non-franchise restaurants can start applying as early as Friday. Funding for the loans comes from a 30-year-old enterprise zone development program. Brown said the program's for restaurants only. However, other small businesses can apply for COVID-19 related funding from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development through the Community Development Block Grant Program. An online portal was launched to provide a place where donations can be made to help out first responders and healthcare workers. The Wolf administration created the site to inform businesses and individuals of what supplies need to be donated. It's in response to the high volume of inquiries from people that want to help out the medical community. Items still in demand include N95 respirators, face masks, hand sanitizer, and gloves. You can find the online portal by visiting the Pennsylvania Department of Health's website under the Critical Medical Supplies Resource Guide. Police in Butler Township are searching for an armed robbery suspect in Schuylkill County. The suspect entered a Turkey Hill along Route 901 in Lavelle around 1:30 a.m. Tuesday. He's described as a white male standing at around 6 feet tall and weighing from 180 to 200 pounds. He was last seen wearing a surgical mask, dark-colored baseball hat, gray hoodie, jeans, and boots. Anyone with information is being asked to call Butler Township Police at 570-875-4131. A Schuylkill County woman faces charges of retail theft. Rush Township Police received a report of the theft in progress at 35 Plaza Drive back on April 14th. 23-year-old Luisa Perez of Port Carbon tried to steal air fresheners and motor oil, but was apprehended by store security before she could flee the scene. She was previously given notice, banning her from entering the business. It was also determined she violated the Stay-at-Home Act. She was charged with retail theft, criminal trespass, and violating the Disease Prevention Control Law. Coming up on Wyln News, food donations to a local hospital, plus a virtual cleanup. Sounds perfect for social distancing. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Liz. I'm 5 years old, and it's gonna rain out. Bye.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
The local community continues to show their support for Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton staff while they combat COVID-19. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has the details.
The local office of Comfort Keepers Hazleton, a provider of in-home senior care, has come to Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton to show its support for the hospital and its workers.
The reason we're here at Lehigh Valley Health Network in Hazleton is because Comfort Keepers with our Hazleton office has teamed up with the hospital and with Pioneer Pizza Restaurant to bring food to the staff here at the hospital, and we're honored to be able to work together with all three organizations. We provide in-home care to people that need assistance getting throughout their day, anything from companionship to bathing and dressing, light meals, preparation, housekeeping.
LVH Hazleton has seen an overwhelming support from businesses both large and small in the local community, as well as individuals acting on their own. We even heard a story of a former patient and his wife who are planning on donating.
Well, I reached out to the hospital to coordinate this today. We wanted to not just drop off food, but to do what was in the best interest of the hospital staff. So we did coordinate this with the hospital to get them food, and when we reached out to Pioneer, we asked for a variety. So we have everything from lasagna and salad to chicken finger and fries, a little bit of everything to keep our hospital workers going throughout the day today.
Later today, the baked goods company Edmonds will also be stopping by to deliver cakes, which will not only go to the hospital, but to all of Lehigh Valley Health Network's facilities in the area.
We're just really happy to be able to work together, to be a team, to improve the quality of life for everybody, and to be an integral part of our community. We're just thrilled to be a part of this.
Reporting from Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, this is Philip Kaufman with WYLN News.
Thanks, Phil. Luzerne County rejected a recent request from the State Department of Health to sign a non-disclosure agreement to get more information about county COVID-19 patients, which included street addresses. Although the information would have been handy for first responders answering calls that may deal with the virus, the county faced the risk of losing millions of dollars in state funding. This would have also exposed anyone who inadvertently violated its terms to potential criminal charges. On top of losing state funding for 911, potential penalties included a $5,000 fine, a referral of the wrongdoing to criminal justice officials, suspension of existing state awards to or contracts with the county, and prohibition of any new state award or contracts for up to 3 years. And staying in Luzerne County, mail-in ballot applications are scheduled to be sent to all its registered voters before the June 2nd primary. County and state officials, including the governor, have encouraged voting by mail in the primary because of the pandemic. This is the first year that Pennsylvanians who plan to vote can do so with the no-excuse mail ballot option. Last week, County Manager David Pedri requested the primary be held entirely by mail after Allegheny County officials made a similar request to the state. Otherwise, he said the county faces the challenge of finding polling sites and workers. The mail-in ballot application deadline is May 26th. Voters can also apply online at votespa.com. Current circumstances call for virtual efforts, kind of like what the Hazleton Power Litter Cleanup Crew of 2020 is doing. Their first outing will be held virtually from April 25th through May 3rd in conjunction with the annual Great American Cleanup PA initiative. Taking part is simple and will allow for residents to get some fresh air and exercise while helping to clean up their community. Participants can pick their own cleanup area and work whenever's best for them during those 9 days. They're also having a little contest for those participating. Details and more can be found at hazletonpower.org/events, the Hazleton Power Facebook page, or the Hazleton Power Litter Cleanup Crew Facebook group. Coming up on New Cranberry's News Choice, we speak with some humane officers in Community and You. Plus, how would you like to be a part of history? Stay with us.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
CARES is a local and family-owned agency dedicated to providing exceptional services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Pennsylvania. CARES specializes in day and residential services, respite, home and community, behavior supports, and chaperone vacations. At CARES, the participants are the VIPs. Now contracting life-sharing and respite providers, CARES, empowering individuals to maximize their opportunities and potential in their community. WYLN presents Community Update on the Coronavirus, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. with rebroadcast at 7 p.m. and 10 a.m. the following morning. Brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, PBS 39, Adams Outdoor, and WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Humane officers play a very important role in ensuring the safety of all types of animals and educating humans on proper pet care. The SPCA of Luzerne County has 3 officers. We had the chance to sit down and speak with Officer Lisa Devlin, who talked about the responsibilities and duties that they perform.
So if I go out to a call and find out that maybe a dog is outside without shelter, I can provide shelter. We can also provide bedding for the shelter, especially for the cold winter months. We can educate on length of leash, swivels, the use of swivels, so dogs don't get tangled around railings and poles. We can educate on proper health, vaccines, that type of thing.
The officers encourage the public to call in a complaint if they see or suspect that an animal is being abused or neglected. All calls remain anonymous.
We'll go out and investigate and see what we can find. If the animal has been maybe starved, they're withholding food, we can seize the animal if we have to. Sometimes a thin dog could have a parasite, so we recommend a vet visit, check it for parasites, get a dewormer. And then through our follow-up, we'll go back and make sure that the animal did receive the vet care. That way we call the vet, make sure that they did go. Then we go back to the house and check on the animal, make sure that they did put that weight on. So we do all follow-up and make sure that the animal's in good shape and in a good home.
Humane officers often deal with more than just cat and dog situations.
Humane officer covers all domesticated animals. So that includes your cows, your pigs, your chickens, all the farm animals, anything that a person has to provide sustenance to an animal for. That's considered domesticated. We cover everything. We have a lot of horse cases. Pennsylvania is noted to be one of the big horse areas, so we do a lot of horses. The difference is the domesticated part, which is where we provide the sustenance for that animal. That's those animals that we have to ensure that they're safe and secure in their home.
Officer Devlin also explained the process a person has to follow in order to become a humane officer.
Humane officer has to be certified through the Federation. It's an annual training class. It's a 2-week program. It's usually held every spring. You have to pass 2 exams. There's a 1 week in Harrisburg and 1 week in State College. You have to pass both exams, and then you have to do continuing ed. Continuing ed is mandatory every other year, and it's provided in Harrisburg. So you have to keep the certification, your education.
And don't forget, there are many lovable pets looking to be adopted at the SPCA of Luzerne County.
So we here at the SPCA, we house a lot of animals that are looking for good homes. We have dogs and cats, we have rabbits and guinea pigs. Sometimes we get ferrets in, sometimes we even get the reptiles in. And this is one of our animals here that's looking for a new home.
This is Roman. He's a big hound mix, as you see. He's a good puppy. He's about 5 years old now, and he's looking for a home. All dogs, cats, and rabbits are neutered or spayed before they leave the shelter when you adopt them. It helps with giving them a longer lifespan. It keeps them healthier, and it actually calms them down a little bit also, so they make better pets for your family.
Coronavirus is now in our community and changing the way we live, but rest assured that your partners at Lehigh Valley Health Network are here for you. If you think that you have coronavirus or been exposed to someone who does, the most important thing you can do is stay home. Lehigh Valley Health Network is providing free screenings online and by phone. Complete an e-visit, call the MyLVHN hotline, or do an LVHN video visit. Know the symptoms, get the facts, and get screened from home at lvhn.org/COVID-19.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander at Buick Cadillac GMC. How about a great lease on these Buick Encores? Only $199 a month with breakaway mirrors. For $100 more, you can have the Sierra or the Acadia. Or would you prefer this all-new CT5? And it's tax match fever. We'll match your tax refund up to $1,000. And if you're not getting one, we'll give you $1,000 trade assistance. So get down to Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, take advantage of these lease deals, get yourself a Sierra, and see why we take the deals the other guys won't.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
The giant company's hiring an additional 3,000 team members to meet the surging demand for groceries. That's nearly 10% of its total workforce, which will meet the increasing demand for groceries as the pandemic continues. Giants hired nearly 4,000 temporary and part-time team members across its company footprint. The company's hiring for multiple in-store positions, as well as fulfillment center selectors and Giant Direct drivers, to pick up and deliver its online grocery items. Up next, we have a pierogi postponement out of Luzerne County. The 7th annual Edwardsville Pierogi Festival has been canceled. It was supposed to take place June 11th and 12th, but organizers felt it was in the best interest of vendors, volunteers, and pierogi fans to forego this year's event. For updates and announcements, you can visit edwpierogi.com. Also, the annual Shenandoah Kielbasa Fest has been rescheduled to September 9th, so mark your calendars. Luzerne County residents. The Historical Society is seeking oral history submissions about how you're dealing with the outbreak and how it's affected your daily lives. Stories from all individuals, occupations, and backgrounds are wanted to put together a rounded database of stories related to the current coronavirus crisis. Stories can be text, audio recordings, or even video interviews, and will be compiled and added to the Society's archives to use going forward once the outbreak is over. Anyone interested can submit their story by emailing info@luzernehistory.org, by Dropbox, or Google Drive. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. You can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page or WYLNTV.com by clicking the LVHN banner for the real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.